Good afternoon, all of you. Today I want to explain about introduction to classless IP addressing. What is meant by classless IP addressing? We have already seen about classful IP addressing. There are 5 classes are there: class A, class B, class C, class D, class E. Now today classless IP addressing. There is no classes. What is meant by classless IP addressing? Classless IP addressing replaces the older classful addressing system and makes the allocations more efficient. It replaces the classful IP addressing system and makes the allocations more efficient. Classless IP address works over blocks. Classless IP address works over blocks. Group of IP addresses, not classes. Divide the IP address into blocks. Divide the IP address into blocks. Depending upon the requirement, blocks of IP address can be distributed. Depending upon the requirement. Actually, I have not told this is called this circle have 2 power 32 IP addresses. In the 2 power 32 address, this red block can be distributed depending upon the requirement. Chunk of IP addresses called blocks. This is called block. This red block, this piece can be distributed according to requirement. Classless IP address representation: x dot y dot z dot w slash n. Slash n means network mask. This n tells us that from which block this IP address belongs. This n tells us that from which block this IP address belongs. This representation is known as CIDR, classless interdomain routing. Example: this is x dot y dot z dot w slash n. This representation is also called as CIDR, classless interdomain routing. Example: 121.71.61.36 slash 26. What it means? Here 126. Here slash 26 network mask slash 20 is not 126 here. Here slash 26 is network mask, which shows 26 bits are continuous ones followed by zeros. 26 ones are continuous ones. 26 means 26 ones are continuous followed by zeros. This can be converted into binary format. How many IP addresses are there? 2 power 32 minus 2 power n. 2 power 32 minus n. Here n is 26. 2 power 32 minus 26, 2 power 6. That equals 64. So 64 IP addresses are available in this block. Understand? This slash 26 means continuous slash 26 continuous ones, 26 ones followed by zeros. Convert this into binary format. How many IP addresses are there? 2 power 32 minus n, 2 power 32 minus 26, 2 power 6, that equal to 64. So 64 IP addresses are available in this block. Rules of classless addressing. What are the rules of classless addressing? The address in a block should be continuous. The address in a block should be continuous. Every block have a IP address in power of 2. Every block have a IP address in power of 2. The first address of a block should be exactly divisible by number of addresses in a block. The first address should be divisible by number of IP addresses in a block. 192.1.2.0/8. This is this is an example for continuous addresses. 190.1.2.1, 190.1.2.2, 190.2.1.2.3. The above continuous address. Problem: if you take one problem, one of the address of a block is 201.15.79.89/26. Then calculate number of addresses in a block. First address of a block, last address of a block, range of block. Check first rule, check second rule, check third rule. Rules means these rules. Rules means the address in block should be continuous. Every block should have IP address in power of 2. The first address of a block should be exactly divisible by number of address in a block. These rules can be checked. Solution: number of addresses. How to find out the number of addresses? 2 power 32 minus n. Total addresses are 2 power 32. 2 power 32 minus slash 26 here. So 2 power 32 minus 26, 2 power 6, that equals 64. So 64 IP addresses are available. First one is solved. Next one is 2 slash 26 means slash 26. 26 ones are followed by 26 followed by zeros. 255 dot 255 dot 255 dot 192. This can be last octet can be converted into binary format, so that it can be, so that it is 192. First address of a block. Perform AND operation with given network mask. Perform AND operation with given network mask. What is the given address? 201.15.79.89. Given address mask is 255.255.255.192. So if we perform AND operation, we get this. We get this one. 201.15.79.64. So this is 201.15.79.64 is the first address of a given block. Last address is, how to find out last address? Here 201, remaining all are ones, 127. Another method is first address is 64, number of addresses are 63. So 64 plus 63, 127. This is last address. 127 is the last address. So first address of a block is 201.15.79.64. Last address of a block is 201.15.79.127. So direct broadcast address. Last address means direct broadcast address. Range of block 201.15.79.64 to 201.15.79.127. So 64, 65, and so on, 127 continues. First rule satisfied. What is the second rule? Second rule, number of address equal to 2 power 6, 64. Rule satisfied. Power of 2. Power of 2 under. Power of, what is the second rule? Every block have IP address in power of 2. That is also satisfied. What is third rule? First address divided by number of addresses should be divisible. First address is 64. Number of addresses are 64. So it is divisible. That's it. Thank you.